In other like internet news, Young Thug ain't rating the tugs them in the UK in London.
Yeah, he's been on a pod tour lately, right?
It's actually only been one pod, bro. It's the same one, $1 million worth of game with Gilly and Wallow.
Only on the expeditiously podcast.
You're all right. Apologies. Yeah, sorry.
So okay, so 2 sound bites that came out recently was off that one podcast, right? The Gilly the Kid one.
Yeah.
The thing that he said about Jay-Z and then the London thing. It was all in that one episode.
That was on one episode.
Okay.
When he sat there wearing a red jacket.
Okay.
He just said like
he said he's a star.
Yeah.
When he performs in arenas or stadiums, he said he can like 30 songs that he can perform, and everyone in that venue knows the song word for word. And he said that Jay-Z don't have that. Number one,
artists forget like when they're doing these stadium tours, you're one of like 25 people on the lineup. People aren't. Young Thug doesn't do stadiums.
Yeah, it's not the headliner.
It's not this. It's just the truth, bro. You don't.
You're not a headliner at a stadium.
And I told Fols on Thug's side or so. You're not on Thug's side.
Nah. I was gonna lie. You got me now. Yeah, and you said this, back your thing, innit? Like I don't even want to do. We did it with DB, and I was like, "No, they ain't got 30 slappers." And we started talking. I was like, "Yeah, they got bangers still." Thug may have the 30, but to say Jay-Z he ain't got that, like
stadium.
Yeah.
Now, do you know why Jay-Z does have that? Because how long is his career?
20 plus years, isn't it?
Yeah, even if he just had 2 every year, that counts.
That's why it's enough, isn't it? Yeah. As just in the statement, it just didn't make sense. It's like, are you trolling? Are you like? He's done his job because we're speaking about it. If he was, if you genuinely believe that, cool. I'm not mad at you if you say you got 30 slappers, innit? You know, by all means, I want you to back it. And he's definitely had bangers, innit? You know, features on like Thug's got bangers. I will not deny him on that, innit? But that was like this.
It just seemed impulsive at the time.
But my thing is, you say all these things and then you have to go and clear them up.
Yeah.
So even with the London clip, I don't know if I can ask, so I can find it in a second. It's like it was unprovoked, bruv. It was just unprovoked. It was from nowhere. They were asking him about like artists he rate, and he was talking about Florida and like them being kind of from the gutter, and it's not like these guys from London.
Yeah, like what a fucking man went all the way. Do you know how far Florida is to London? How can you make that comparison?
Yeah,
like not even like comparing it to another state in America. You've come all the way to the United Kingdom, London.
Man
specifically.
took the scenic group, bro. Just them London niggas. Meet me at the London.
Yeah, London as a banger. Do you know what? Like, at the end of the day, bruv, like I've come to this point. I don't give a heck what these dons think of the man them here. And like, what does it even mean?
Fair.
Like,
Nothing.
what's it like? Why are you trying to, glamorize or romanticize the struggle? Okay, bruv. Like, I want to be living good.
That's a man that's getting full pay during COVID.
It's true, bruv. Like, and at the end of the day, I like surprises.
I sent you the thing in it, so if you wanna,
I like surprises, innit? So if them dons come down here, come here and think that, things are sweet, have a conversation with your peers. Speak to Trey Songz.
No, but Trey got away though.
He did, but at the same time,
he had to acknowledge the Bricks and Jack boys.
The threat is still there.
It's looming. It's large.
Do you know? The threat is there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, speak to Joel Santana, bruv. Like,
poor Joel's, man. What a night in London.
So yeah,
big up your Jim Jones. But let me big up my Jim Jones, Brixton Jim Jones. That will never not be funny because man just looks so lost, bruv. Like, what is happening? Cam, where are you? And in the game with the Slash guys from Birmingham and they're chasing up and down London. There's like, urban legends and myths around Ja Rule and Missing Chains back in the day of like top Brixton, North London gangsters and stuff, and I won't even call out the dead person's name, but there's like allegations that he got snuffed and certain things from someone that's no longer here, but like a heavy youth that who I shouldn't even be like putting my name next to it, so I'm sorry. But there's legendary stories of American artists coming over here and finding out that it isn't all tea and crumpets, you know. And I think some like where I don't know what our American listeners are, or like shouts out to Canada, you know, we big in Toronto right now on the Spotify and that. Shouts out to you, man. I don't know if they realise that we lead from a place of love. We love these artists. We grew up listening to a lot of them. We rate them. But it's like when you come here and it's kind of like you give us your arse to kiss, then you're going to get activated because there's gangsters and hoods everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm not saying we're the most gulliest with them, but just the guys that want that smoke, they're very like they're willing and able. Like it's light for them. Me and Vance might have to muster up courage, and it's a bit more, you know, like, you know, WD-40, Cod liver oil tablets. We need a bit more preparation. Them, man, ready. They stay with it. So don't bump into them. And as a public figure, you have to go out, shake hands, kiss babies. What's the Jadakiss lyric about? I got $1 million in a house from drug dealers in the South. Do you think all these promoters are coming from, like, it's all legit? Like, for you to get paid as a big artist, for you to get paid, like, I don't mind, like, it comes from a certain place. Yeah. So you're dealing with certain people, which is a lot of the issue that stemmed with the whole Dipset thing and why Jewels had that issue when they come over here, because you got man that are giving you their bread coming from a different place. They're trying to figure this thing out and come off the roads, and if you don't handle business accordingly, you're going to get dealt with. Like, they're going to match you. They only know how to respond a certain way in it. So I do like what Van said, though, in me being long-winded, that I want us to get to a place where we stop caring so much about Americans' opinions, because on one hand we go, oh, yeah, F the Americans, like, what's the Storm about? You man care about the Americans too much. But on the other hand, we're like always trying to validate ourselves to them. That's what it feels like, innit? Like, I don't know. You want to run the clip?
Yeah, let me run the clip.
Young brothers coming up in Florida that grab your attention. That sound. What is it about their sound?
It's just that struggle, like Zoe shit. Just like it's real. You know, it's real when it come from them nigga. It's like it ain't no nigga from motherfucking London or Paris with goddamn green eyes talking about where he came up at. Man, your ass probably been living goddamn penthouse suites and hotels. Right. Nigga, you ain't did nothing.
Right.
He's not, though. Don't defend
It's
that,
ignorance, yeah, because he's saying that, like, these men are living in penthouse suites and hotels. You're only seeing that because you come here to perform. People are paying you to be here.
And where do you stay?
That you're seeing.
Penthouse suite and hotels.
Bruv, how many dons do you see in penthouses and fucking hotel suites when you're here, bruv?
But he did clarify. He was like, he knows
but
that
this is the
cheese out there. And
yeah, but this is the problem. This is what Fols was saying, that, like, you're talking to then having to clean things up. Be specific when you're talking, bruv.
Sound like Boris, fam.
Do you know what I mean?
I never thought I'd see the day Boris Johnson and Young Thug have got then the niggas in London, Paris, and the thing is, them Parisians, even me as a Londoner, I don't want to smoke with them, man. What are you?
Yeah, them man on the jokes, though,
bro. It's not just like, it's not just, bro, like any. Go on.
Here's his clean up.
On this interview with my nigga Gilly, when I was talking about the overseas nigga, I'm talking about the motherfucking middle class white guys and shit like that. Nigga, I know real G's out there, nigga. I fuck with real G. Nigga. My motherfucking nigga Gibbs, nigga, all these motherfucking skeptics, all them players, nigga. I fuck with real G's. These niggas handling they business, smoking shit. I got plenty of gangster stories about these niggas. Nigga, I'm most definitely not talking about it's no real gangsters out there. Niggas real deals. Flippers out this motherfucker, nigga. My motherfucking twin, 21, got family out there stepping, king stepping. Like, I know real steppers out there. There's no way possible I'm saying there's no G's out there. Them niggas handling they business. Nigga, I'm talking about middle class.
Bro. I can't lie to you, cat, bro. Sometimes you just got to call a spade a spade.
And how he's like swinging his camera all over the place and like, bruv, man, shut up.
Yeah, the first statement was cap, but the second statement to clean up was cap as well. No, you just. The
question is, why green eyes, bro? Because that shit makes me laugh.
I want to know the white middle class rapper that has green eyes. That you've got to have an example. That's why I say it's cap, because in America, what white rapper from the UK are they like?
Bro, and the thing is that they asked him about Dons. They asked him about Dons in Florida.
That's how you know
bruv.
he's been thinking about us like that.
Bro, he's talking, bruv. They asked him about Dons in Florida, bruv.
Hey fam,
In the
you over
hood,
here that raps
Dade
has green
County,
eyes,
bruv.
That's what we need to
I'm
find.
trying to
Who's
think.
got green eyes?
We need to find that person, bro. Because that shit is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, that's mad. So. That's so funny. I mean, and it's hilarious because all these artists come over recently, and the go-to for a lot of them is gigs they link, innit? Obviously, he's probably one of the most popping internationally.
Yeah.
Obviously, Skepta to a degree as well. But when it comes to like people want to get that street validation, like Casanova's here in the end, shot the video, and obviously the music together, so that made sense. It's just funny seeing you say that. Like, that's a very, I would have thought previously like an outdated mentality, but maybe it's still rife, innit? And maybe it's an extra like little nudge in the ribs. Remember, listen. Like, stop looking to them so much, innit? Like, worry about outing, innit?
But yeah, I think it's an outdated mentality just to a particular age group.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? I think that still matters to certain age groups and maybe even people that listen to him or even listen to who he's referring to. Do you know what I mean? Because they may be the people that are consuming his product the most. So you can't alienate them because now he's fucking his own paper up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it might not even be a matter of even caring about the authenticity of it, and more so, I gotta protect my bag. This is how I eat. You see what I'm saying?
And it's so funny because the Young Thug has a show in the UK. Yeah, you will have the whites in there, but it's like it's very much the streets. Like guys that would never condone any type of left wing behavior and cross dressing. They're at a Young Thug show. Guys that would have sworn blind 5 years ago that like they're not with a drug taking thing. They're at a Future concert. So it's very interesting when like you talk a certain way about a certain demographic in it, but it's really not that deep. It was just it's a nice little talking point.
Yeah, I guess. I like Young Thug, man. Come on, man. He needs to cut it out. He needs to cut it out, man. Do you know what? Like in the conversation that we had last year. Last year. With the 90s and projects, I missed out his project with Chris Brown. I really enjoyed that last summer.
I never listened to the whole project, but I like 2 of the songs.
How long is it?
It's like 12 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what, the funniest thing is I've never liked Young Thug until only recently as well.
I swear.
Like, I didn't get it. I was like, this is nonsense.
You can actually bar.
Can he actually bar?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Don't look at me like I was anything.
Are we gonna have this nerdy like
What's wrong with that? What's going on? I'm just saying you
lyricism?
Yeah, it's not lyrical, miracle, spiritual.
No, I like his.
It's not. But do you know what it is? I think the problem is his voice that people tend to they don't look beyond.
They tune up at that point.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I've come to respect the musicality of what he does. If anything,
inflections, bending words.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? From that aspect, because when he first come around, people weren't doing that, and on top of that, you're coming in telling man you're a rapper, but as far as I'm concerned, you're not really rapping. Do you get me? So what I'd usually rate a rapper for, when I hold you to that standard, I couldn't.
What you're saying is key there. So when you're saying is bara, I don't believe for where your influence is, he genuinely is a bara. It's because his bars are a lot lower. Why you then go, oh no, he's saying one or two things, and you go, oh, he's a bara. For what you grew up listening to and the stuff you really, really rate in terms of lyricism,
yeah, of course.
I don't think you put him as he's not. In his truest sense, but for you, he's not a bara.
But in some verses that I hear from him where he's not doing the melodic stuff, I'm like, bro, okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think the ability is there that if, let's say he was from a different era, he'll still have the ability to stand next to certain man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be a few rappers that come up here that is gonna sit in the space that we're in, right, and do that, but then they can actually rap.
What's my man from D-Block called again?
And we spoke about him last week as well.
Lads.
Yeah.
He can bop.
But unlike, in my opinion anyway, a Young Thug, we saw
him
barring at the get-go.
Yeah.
It wasn't antics, gimmicks, auto-tune,
He was actually just
He
barring.
was actually, and to be honest, I feel I can hear a little bit of Young Thug's influence on the Young Ads, possibly Futures a little bit as well. But our introduction to Young Ads was Braceface, Benjamin AD, rapping. That was our introduction. Even when it was still, even early days of D Block Europe, before the dreads and a lot of the tattoos, it was still Cypher, Stand There With Kiss, In the End, Bike Life, rapping, and then we got a transition musically in regards to like the wave, and it's worked. It's paid off. Sorry, so I can't knock him for it, but I think we got more of it from a Young Ads than we do or have
From Thug.
From Thug, yeah.
Yeah.
I do get you though, because
I mean, if I was from Atlanta, maybe I can like say, oh yeah, before like, you know, before the deal, this is what Young Thug was.
He was on a stoop.
Come on.
He was barring.
That's how he got his name before he linked up with Rich Homie Quan.
Yeah. That Rich Gang Volume 1 and 2, some classic stuff on there. Milk Marie, just some, I'll give it to me. He's got some lines like, and there's a feeling and a vibe in it. So, but yeah, man. Shouts out to the UK, man. UK stand up.
Stand up.
Team UK. We back it up, boys. Do you remember that phase in our scene? It was like, Team UK, and everyone was trying to get along together, but I knew deep down, and we got shit songs like Game Over.
Yeah, there's only so long that you can do the whole Kumbaya, my lord. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we can't all sit by the campfire with marshmallows.
But ultimately that worked, because if you look where the scene got to, all of those things were stepping stones.
Oh, strength in numbers, yes,
Do you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think like all the social stuff, like you started to see, I was like, oh, okay, we're overdoing it now. I don't mind people collaborating, you know, and sometimes in a quest to get it to where you want it to be, you're gonna have songs like that. It's big at that time period, but then when you look back at it, it wasn't good.
It didn't age well. Game Over was horrible, bro. Professor Green,
The video
Teacher
was nice.
Strider, Gigs. Who else on that song?
I like the video.
Was Chip on that song as well?
Chip,
Tiny Chip.
Tiny Chip Gigs.
Devlin, just
Devlin.
over rhyming.
What?
The scandalous and the mandalous, Dagenham.
Hey, no, don't watch Devlin, bro.
Don't do that.
Bro, you could have watched anyone there, you just pick Devlin, bro.
You had a few more easy targets that you could have got away with still.
Yeah, I mean,
personal, bro.
Tiny was.
There we go.
Tinchy was like, nah, man.
That was when it was coming towards the end for Dingy still.
Example, like fuck.
Yeah, in terms of like when you really check it out, that was meant to be a rapper's rap lineup.
Pro Green.
Yeah. But what's mad? Pro Green come up in battle rap.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that as well.
The pop version Pro Green you got, people may not want to hear me out, bro. It's so far removed from
Who he
his
was.
actual essence, what he comes from, innit? So, and that's when it's always bittersweet for me, because like people who are like maybe didn't get at the start, when I actually look, I'm like, oh right, you actually had some credibility to you, even in inverted commas, because you might not agree with me, but it's like seeing. If you go and get the house, the watch, the cars, I can't knock you because you've been putting the work in for years. But it's always funny to see what man have to do, and it's obviously a time period as well.
I went to
go and get success.
I went to a show in Bournemouth where like Pro Green was headlining, and this was like when artists were doing the whole uni circuit.
Yeah, I remember the uni time period. Yeah,
I was with Vic, and he was out there performing with Drama. And like they were opening up for Pro Green, and like this was like when Pro Green was like on the cusp of like, I think he had just released that song with Lily Allen that went number 1.
Okay.
Just Be Good to Green, I think it was
Just
called.
Be Good to Green.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, they're gonna market this Don. He's gonna have a couple singles. Ended up having that slot on X Factor as well. When he had the song with Emily Sandé, that was like the big song for him as well. So, you know, it did what it did. Like, if you're gonna have a white rapper at that time, you're gonna get them to do songs like that. Yeah,
he ended up being a cheeky chappy to a degree.
Yeah, now he's a presenter, so he's rebranded.
Is he?
Yeah, he does like he does like a lot of stuff on mental health and stuff on TV.
Is where he said there's a lot of stuff. I was like, where?
On what? BBC, like he did a documentary series, like BBC, I think.
Mental health stuff.
Mental health, suicide, a lot of trauma and stuff like that. So,
shout out, my man.
Yeah, no, fair play, man. Do your thing.
Interesting. Imagine being a number 1 artist and man saying shout out, my man.
But that's how my man on Made You Think does his captions. He goes, "Oh,
remember that tune?
Donny that was hanging out with Donny." Fam, say his name,
Donny
bro.
that was hanging out with Donny.
Made You Think's captions are the funniest, bro. You know who that is, isn't it?
Pro Green was on a song with Chip. Chip had a song on his mixtape. I think it was something to do with London.
Yeah, London Boy mixtape. Yeah, when he was over in the States, he was still trying to make sure he catered to home, innit?
Wretch was on that song as well. I
Chip's
remember
been
it.
through it, bro. Man, boss. He felt like he did everything he needed to do here. He was trying to take it worldwide. When America,
I mean, at the time he had.
Conquer. He done everything he needed to do.
In terms of what was accessible,
I hear him. Yeah, it's only like, maybe I sometimes look at like what Tinchy did in his hot year and a half, 2 years, and like he was the hottest thing smoking.
Was that after or before Chip?
I believe.
I genuinely don't remember.
During, I would say.
I think Tinchy's success was prior.
Oopsie Daisy and Tinchy's.
It feels like all the same.
Number one single was. It felt like it was around the same type of time.
Yeah.
But I'm not
we
sure.
We could just do a simple Google, but who cares?
No, let's guess.
No, I'm not on it. I'd rather just be here than be wrong.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many like number ones Tinchy had as well. There
was one year he was the hottest thing, any genre, male artist of the year. Like Tinchy's hot year, man don't. And now man are going number one and only selling 300 physical copies and that. If it was actually to break down what people's numbers are, you start looking at people very, very differently. Not to discredit your number one and that, but it's just perspective.
Because we're fully deep in the streaming era.
Yeah, digital and streaming.
Yeah.
It's just one of them things.